This is Maria Kensington with your news update for February 13, 2026. You're watching Africa Stream 24, your source for credible, fact-checked reporting. Here are today's leading stories. Ethiopia showcases investor-first strategy under homegrown economic reform agenda. Ramaphosa deploys army to tackle crime, vows action on water crisis ahead of elections. Unpaid cocoa farmers in Ghana struggle as unsold beans pile up. The news in detail. Ethiopia is strengthening its position as a leading investment destination in Africa through its homegrown economic reform agenda, designed to build a transparent, investor-first ecosystem. Backed by modern special economic zones, access to FGAFTA markets, and over 98% renewable energy powered by the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam GERD, the country is expanding digital infrastructure and key growth sectors. Officials say the reforms are attracting global investors while advancing sustainable development and regional value chains across the continent. Ethan Caldwell has more.
Ethiopia has reaffirmed its commitment to building a dynamic investor-first economy through its ambitious homegrown economic reform agenda, positioning the country as a strategic gateway to Africa and global markets. Anchored in a transparent and competitive foreign direct investment (FDI) framework, the reform program prioritizes policy clarity, regulatory efficiency, and private sector growth. Officials say the agenda is designed to unlock sustainable economic expansion while strengthening Ethiopia's role in regional and continental value chains. Central to this strategy is the development of modern special economic zones, which provide streamlined services, investment incentives, and world-class infrastructure to both domestic and international investors. These zones are aligned with Ethiopia's expanding industrial base, particularly in manufacturing and agro-processing. Ethiopia's integration into the African Continental Free Trade Area, AfTA, further enhances its attractiveness, offering investors seamless access to a market of over 1.4 billion people. Combined with improving trade logistics and market linkages, the country is positioning itself as a production and export hub for Africa. Energy security remains a cornerstone of the reform agenda. Powered by the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam GERD and other renewable sources, Ethiopia now generates more than 98% of its electricity from renewable energy. This clean energy advantage provides cost-effective and sustainable power for industries while supporting global climate commitments. The government has also accelerated digital transformation efforts, expanding telecommunications coverage, strengthening digital infrastructure, and fostering innovation ecosystems. Fintech, e-commerce, agritech, mining, and advanced manufacturing are experiencing growing investor interest. With a young and increasingly skilled workforce, Ethiopia aims to deliver sustainable returns for investors while driving inclusive growth. Leaders emphasize that sustainability-focused governance and long-term strategic planning are guiding the country's economic transformation. As reforms deepen, Ethiopia is positioning itself not only as an investment destination, but as a catalyst for Africa's shared prosperity and regional economic integration.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has announced the deployment of the army to combat organized crime and escalating gang violence, while pledging tough action against municipal officials who fail to provide water services. Speaking during his State of the Nation address in Cape Town, Ramaphosa described organized crime as the most immediate threat to democracy and economic development. Soldiers will initially be deployed in Western Cape and Gauteng provinces. With municipal elections approaching, the government faces mounting pressure over high murder rates, persistent unemployment, and worsening water shortages that have triggered protests in Johannesburg.
Water is now the single most important issue for many people in our country, from large cities like Johannesburg to smaller towns like Knysna and rural areas like Guyana. We have all seen the pain that our people have been expressing through demonstrations in various parts of Gauteng. Now, these protests have been fueled by the frustrations that our people are feeling over inadequate, unreliable access to basic services such as water.
Thousands of cocoa farmers in Ghana are facing severe hardship after months of unpaid deliveries, forcing many to skip meals and withdraw children from school. Farmers like Joseph Bermadouti and Jacob Egbeko-Tete say they have not been paid for bags of cocoa delivered to licensed buyers, leaving them unable to cover basic expenses or maintain their farms. Ghana's regulator, Cocoa Board, reports about 50,000 metric tons of unsold cocoa at ports as global demand declines and international prices fall. Farmers are urging the government to settle outstanding payments before negotiating any future price adjustments.
For about 3 weeks now, I eat once a day. To be fair with you, things are very, very difficult for me.
That's a wrap for today's Africa Stream 24 coverage. I'm Maria Kensington. Thank you for staying informed. Stay safe and tune in for our next update.